If a man leads you into planning a date, it's not going to feel good for you. The more that your feminine instinct is online, the less good it is going to feel. The more draining it's going to be. The more that it's just going to feel kind of irritating. Like, oh, I don't really want to be doing this. There is nothing wrong with you if you feel that irritation, if you feel that heaviness, you feel that drain. If a man has ever done that before, or if you've got a man right now who is leading you into planning things and initiating dates, it's because the feminine, which is a woman, right? You are embodying the feminine, or you're working towards embodying the feminine. You have a feminine instinct that is telling you how to show up, what you need. The feminine is not supposed to be the one that is leading. It's not supposed to be the one that is planning. You are supposed to be the one that is receiving a man's care, receiving a man's plans, right? Planning a date, choosing the place, when to go, figuring out all of the details, how you get in there. That is supposed to be the man's job. That is a form of provision that he is giving you to take care of you and also to show you that he cares. And when he is not stepping up to do that, the message on some level that you're going to be getting is, he doesn't care about me enough to do this. I am not worthy enough to him to receive this kind of provision. That's not going to feel good. In a moment, I'm going to actually tell you about how I was this man with my wife earlier on, and how that caused a lot of problems, and also why men do this. And at the end, I'm going to be telling you about what you can do if you find yourself in this kind of situation with a man who is basically leading you to lead. That's what it is. He's leading you to plan, so he's leading you to lead. What you can say, because there's many things that a woman can say that aren't going to work out really well. Even if he ends up kind of getting the hint, he's not going to be shifting from the right place, and he's not going to be stepping into that true devotional masculine frequency where he is taking care of you, where he is planning because he really genuinely wants to, because he wants to take care of you, because that feels good for him. So before we go into all of that, a little bit more about understanding the difference between the masculine and the feminine and why this is so important in relationships. So for a relationship to truly flow, for it to be easy, for you to get your needs met as much as possible, a man has to be in his masculine energy. He has to be the one that is leading. He has to be the one that is in the caretaking role, right? He is there to take care of you. You are in the role of being taken care of. That is your role. That doesn't mean you're not doing anything for a man, right? It might be cooking or, housekeeping or other things. But in the relationship itself, he is the one that is leading, and he's doing it, he should be doing it, out of care for you, right? He's not leading selfishly. He's not leading because he's more important. He's not leading because his needs matter more. He's leading because he wants to take care of you. And the way he's going to take care of you is through his leadership, through his initiation, through his planning. When I first met my wife, my masculine instinct was not fully online. I wish it wasn't. I was stuck in Peter Pan mode. I wanted more of a 50-50 relationship. And there's so many men out there today that are driving women absolutely bananas because they want some kind of 50-50 relationship. They want to both be providing. They want to both be leading. Men don't realize that it's not just that it's their job to lead and to plan. It's their joy. Because when a man's masculine instinct is online, it's not like it's some kind of obligation, like, oh, I got to be the one that's planning. No, it's like, yes, I get to take care of my woman. I get to cherish her. I get to put a big smile on her face because I'm going to be making her life easier. Now, of course, part of the reason that men are resistant to this role now is because a lot of women, not necessarily you, but a lot of women are not able to fully be grateful. They're stuck in entitlement. They're not able to wear their heart on their sleeve, communicating how happy a man makes them when they do things. Some women will use men, for money, for dates, all of that stuff. Hopefully that's not you. It's probably not you. Most of my listeners, viewers, subscribers are not that type of woman. But a lot of men have been burned by that before. And so they learn through that experience that I don't really want to be in that role. I don't really want to be taken advantage of. And so they can be hesitant to lead. For me, it wasn't so much because of that. For me, it was because I was just not fully in touch with my masculine instinct. And so it wasn't telling me like, oh, I want to be in this role. Like, this is the role that you're supposed to be in. I actually kind of thought that was weird. I'd been partly indoctrinated by feminism, not all the way, but partially. So I was like, men and women are basically the same with different body parts. And that's it. I knew nothing about masculine and feminine energy, nothing about masculine and feminine communication. So what did I do? I led my wife into planning dates. Because from my perspective, it's like, well, I'm not really that good at it. It's kind of draining. It's not really fun to do. My wife is better at picking places. She's very detail oriented in that kind of way. It means more to her than it does to me. So I'm just going to get her to do that. Just like I got her to be the one that pays the bills. Not with just her money. It was both of our money. I wasn't fully in the provider role like I should have been. And this was before we actually got married that I'm talking about. And also when we were married for the first couple of years. I was leading her to do all of these things because it was just easier for me. And so when I led my wife to plan these dates, she just tolerated it. It's not that she particularly enjoyed it, but her feminine instinct wasn't online enough for her to feel what a problem it is. Now, you might be in this situation. The more that you watch my videos, the more that you're going to recognize and feel in your body that this is a problem. Maybe you're already there. If so, fantastic. Feel in your body that irritation, maybe some anxiety, that feeling of wrongness, like something is off. That feeling of something being off is your feminine instinct telling you this is not the way that it is supposed to be. The way that it is supposed to be is a man who is stepping up, who's taking care of you, who wants to take care of you, who loves planning dates for you, and you get to just receive that. You get to just receive that. And yes, you are worthy of that. If you have some big self-worth issues where you've been conditioned through childhood to believe that you're not worthy enough unless you're doing, unless you're in the giving role, unless you're reciprocating in a masculine way through provision rather than reciprocating through reception, through gratitude, through submission. Right? That's the feminine. The feminine gives by receiving. Okay? And that's the energy cycle. The deeper that you're able to receive from a man, the more that he enjoys it and the more that he wants to give. Which means you're going to feel a lot of gratitude. You're going to be expressing it. And you're doing it just because it feels so good. Sort of like in the bedroom. Here's a good example. When a man is pleasuring you, you don't necessarily have to be actively doing things. I mean, there might be some of that in the bedroom too, but mostly you're receiving, and he just enjoys giving to you because he's listening to you. He's listening to the pleasure that you're receiving, and that's what fills him up. That's what makes him want to give more. I will use bedroom analogies a lot to explain these concepts because this is what needs to be happening outside of the bedroom. He's planning, he's initiating, he's leading, he's taking charge, he's giving, you are receiving, you are following. Now, my wife tolerated my lack of leadership and basically enabled me to not be the leader that I should have been because she didn't do what she should have done, which is use feminine communication. And she wasn't using feminine communication in part because she wasn't in touch enough with that feminine need to be the receiver rather than the giver. I'm going to explain what you need to be saying, what you need to be doing in this situation instead of tolerating this lack of leadership from a man. But first, I'm going to introduce myself, especially for those of you who is your first time coming across my work. My name is Zach Rody. I'm here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below, hit the notification bell, and of course be sure to like this video because I'm going to make sure it's a good one for you. And if you would like help learning how to shift out of your unhealthy patterns that are demotivating a man from stepping up and giving you all of the care and love and leadership that you need, then go below this video, open up the description, click on my main website, relationshipyourdreams.com, where all of my offers are that can help you. And a great place to start is just my free training, where you're going to learn exactly how to make these shifts, how you're stuck, where your blind spots are, what you need to do to shift, and the process to make those shifts. Absolutely free. There's no reason not to do it if this resonates for you. If it doesn't resonate, well, good luck to you. But this will change your life. This has changed the lives of thousands of women. Many, many hundreds of my women clients and thousands of my followers, subscribers, Facebook group members, women who've read my books, this can really change your life in a powerful way. So let's talk about how. So if a man were to do this, especially when he does it consistently, first step is you've got to feel the negative feelings. You've got to be in touch with them, because you're going to be communicating something, but not because Zach Rody told you to on this video. It's not about what I say. It's not about what I believe. It's not even so much about what you believe. It's about what you feel in your body, because that's what a man is going to respond to. That's what his masculine instinct is going to respond to, is your negative feelings around this. Of course, how you share those negative feelings is also very important. You can't just be blaming him and energetically penetrating him, judging him with those feelings, controlling him with those feelings, guilting him with those feelings. That's not going to work very well. At least not on a man who has a masculine instinct that's online. Maybe with a really beta, feminine man, that'll work. He'll be compelled into obligation, but then he's still submitting. He's actually complying with your energy. You're still in the lead. You're still in control. It's not what you need. That's not what you want as a feminine being. So what you need to do, and what my wife needed to do, and what I taught my wife how to do in other situations when I'm not fully showing up in the way that I should be, or the way that she needs, is you need to communicate what you're feeling, your vulnerable feelings around this. And that starts very simply, the most basic thing that we teach our women clients in the academy is asking for help permissively with your feelings. May I please have some help with what I'm feeling? Or may I please have some help? I'm feeling some irritation, or I'm feeling some anxiety. May I please have some help with my anxiety? There's many ways, but it needs to be permissive. You need to be energetically opening up to your man. And of course, or hopefully, he's going to lead and be like, yo, what's up? What's going on? If you've already shared the feeling, like, oh, I need help with my irritation, okay, then you're going to share what the problem is after that. If you haven't shared it, you're just saying, like, I may have help with my feelings. He's going to be like, what are you feeling? You're going to say, oh, I feel some irritation, or I feel some anger, or I feel fear, or whatever the feeling is. Okay, it's got to be a real feeling. I'm not going to go into this video about what real feelings are versus non-real feelings, but many of my other videos will explain that. Also, my free training will go into that as well on my website. So you're going to share the feeling. He's going to ask about what is bringing this feeling up, and you're going to share what the problem is. There's so much that you could share with what the problem is, but just to keep it really simple, it's like, I experience a lot of stress having to make these decisions, having to plan things out. Right? That's just one of many examples that you can say. And notice that you're focusing on what the problem is for you. You're not focusing on how he's dropping the ball as a leader. And you're not doing that to tiptoe around his ego. You're doing it because you're trying to be vulnerable. So you're focusing on your problems, not on why he is the problem. Yes, he is a problem. His leadership is absolutely a problem. But you need to be focused for you on how to be more vulnerable, on being as vulnerable as you can, of exposing your heart to him as much as possible. And why is that important? First of all, it's going to feel so much better for you. And second of all, he needs to understand the impact, the negative impact that his leadership or lack thereof is having on you. He needs to get it intellectually, but more importantly, he needs to be able to feel it. And for him to feel it, you need to be feeling it. You need to be connected to it. You need to be sharing it while you are connected to it, both the feelings and the problem. Because when he feels your pain and you're able to share it, this is so tricky. Like, I can't overemphasize this enough. When you share it truly vulnerably, and women have so much difficulty sharing vulnerably, they think they're being vulnerable, but not most of the time. It's very rare for women to truly be energetically vulnerable. There's all this energy of subtle penetration or judgment that will push a man away. But when you hit that right frequency, his heart is going to open and he's going to care. He's going to start to reflect on himself. He's going to start to step up more, to take care of you, to cherish you. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. It can be a process. It can be something he needs to keep reflecting on. It can be something where he needs to increasingly feel your gratitude when he does step up. And there's always the off chance as well. There's going to be some men that they're too wounded, their masculine instinct is too buried, that they're going to step up. And you might have to flow away from those men. But that's not the norm. It's not the norm. We help women do this, right? Like, this is a really challenging thing to do. It's not like it comes simply. You got so many blind spots. There's so many things in the way. You don't know the communication. We can help you with this. I can help you with this if you want this help. So that's what we do in our Academy program. We make this so much easier for you, taking you by the hand, leading you through this process, correcting you when you make mistakes with us, lovingly, to show you where you're still in control. where your communication is off, where you're actually judging in some kind of way. The most important part to this, though, is that you're not continuing to enable his lack of leadership. Even if you get the communication not perfect, the most important thing is you're not enabling his lack of leadership. Because when you do that, he stays stuck. Number one, he stays stuck exactly where he is. He's not going to grow. There's no chance he's going to become a better man. And two, you're dishonoring yourself. You're dishonoring your heart. You're stepping outside of your feminine self-worth by complying. It's not submission, because submission is always a heart-honoring action. This is compliance. This is where you are doing what he wants because you don't feel comfortable communicating what's really going on. And of course, I don't recommend you saying no, stepping into your masculine, being resistant. That's going to cause other problems. But there's a way to share what's coming up for you in a truly beautiful feminine way where a man really gets it. That's how you're going to honor your heart, with your feminine energy, so he can start to understand. Because the more that you dishonor your heart, the more that you step out of your self-worth, the more that you're losing your self-worth. And also probably building up resentment in the relationship, losing attraction, losing connection. He's also losing attraction for you. He's literally doing things. He's literally leading the relationship or not leading the relationship in a way that is going to cause him to lose attraction for you if you comply. It's not your fault that he's doing that, but it is your responsibility to not enable him to continue doing it. There's a much better way, but you've got to choose. You got to choose that your needs, your feminine need to receive, to be taken care of, to have dates planned for you. Dates planned for you is just one small part of this, is important enough for you to not comply, for you to not give into this. This is not okay. This is not acceptable behavior from a man. This is not the kind of behavior that you should expect from a man who truly loves you, who's truly devoted to you, who truly values you as the feminine woman that you are. And the reason I'm telling you that, it's not to get you in judgment. I don't want you to start judging your man or your future man or past men that you've been with who've done this. That's not going to help you. Let me judge them for you. I'm going to judge them lovingly. I'm telling you this so that you can start getting more in touch with those feelings and realize on the deepest level that they matter. They matter. And you don't have to disregard them. You don't have to ignore them. You shouldn't. You just need to know how to communicate them in a way that's actually going to inspire man into being better for you. Because on some level, this man, he does care and he does love you. He just doesn't love you in the way that you need as a feminine woman. But he could. But you have to focus on how you can shift to inspire that from him. Inspire him and actually activate that masculine instinct that's at least partially buried inside of him, so he can be the best man he can be, not just for you, but for himself as well. And if you would like help learning how to do this with me, with my team, or you're open to it, this is resonating for you, you're like, yeah, probably it's going to be a lot easier to actually get help and real support, masculine support through this process, I would love to help you. The way that you're going to find out about that support is you're going to go below this video, open up the description. You're going to click the link, relationshipofyourdreams.com. That's my main website. Watch the video at the top. Book a call with me below that, the button below that. And on the call, we'll talk about what's going on in your love life. We'll talk about why you're stuck. We'll talk about your unmet needs. We'll talk about why you're co-creating this situation, how you're co-creating this situation, how you're feeling doing it. We'll probably do a lot of feeling together. Well, I won't be feeling much, but I'll be helping you feel. I'll help you open up, get in touch with those feelings, those needs. We'll talk about how you can actually shift what you're experiencing, because you can. You have the ability to if you choose it. And then if I believe that you're right for our program, if I believe that we can help you, we'll talk about it. You can ask me any questions you have about it, and then you can decide whether you'd like to step into it. If we get that far, you can decide if you want to create the relationship of your dreams with our help. If that's you, move through that fear, move through those excuses, move through that procrastination, book that call. It's the start of something amazing, and I'll see you there. That's it for this one.